What's up, everybody? Matt Kajeski here, back again with the Odd Shopper channel. It is Saturday, February the 18th. We're talking college basketball bets. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. If you're listening on podcast, please leave a rating and review over there as well. And we are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. They have a phenomenal limited time offer for you guys. If you click the link in the video description below, make your first deposit of at least $5. Then make a pregame moneyline wager on any team of your choosing. If that team wins, you will be paid out $150. And that team must win. That is a stipulation of the bet. So my recommendation is head over to whatever your favorite sport is. We're talking college basketball today. Find a big favorite and bet them on the money line. That'll give you a pretty good chance of winning the bet, which means pretty good chance of you getting that $5 turned into $150. An example of this today is Youngstown State playing Green Bay. Youngstown State is a minus 22 favorite. On the money line, they have a pretty good shot to win this game. That should give you a good shot of winning this bet, turning $5 into $150. Make sure to check out DraftKings. The legal age for gambling is 21 in most states. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Another solid day yesterday, 3-1. That little slump early in the week seems to be behind us, and hopefully we can parlay that into some success this weekend. A lot of great games. We're going to talk about a couple that I think showed value pretty early on and maybe still do. First one is Texas Tech taking on West Virginia. This is a rematch, and those of you box score hunters will go back and see that this was a pretty resounding win for West Virginia on the road as well. It was 76-61. The game was in Lubbock, but the Texas Tech Red Raiders did not have AMAC, their big man, their 7-footer, and Pop Isaacs only played 18 minutes due to injury. In this game, both of them are back. Texas Tech has their two best players back on the floor and two important players. Pop Isaacs is their point guard. He handles the ball for them, and they have not been fantastic with their ball handling in his absence. Their turnovers have increased, and overall their assist rate is down, which I think will return with Pop Isaacs back on the floor, and that's particularly important against West Virginia, who's solid at generating turnovers. So immediately that mitigates an edge. Next, AMAC is massive, 7-footer. He provides a lot of size for this team, and that's important against West Virginia as well. When you look at the overall size component of these teams, West Virginia is 68th in effective height. They have an edge over Texas Tech, but getting AMAC back is going to be key for this. And from there, I'm just not buying West Virginia. This team is 21st per Ken Palm's power rankings, which is absurd to me for a team that's 15-11 with plenty of conference losses. They most recently got blown out by Baylor and Texas, a narrow win over Iowa State, beat Oklahoma, who's a bottom feeder in this conference. Big win over Auburn in the crossover. But this team does not have a lot of strong conference wins. And in fact, they have quite a few conference losses. They're propped up by a pretty strong non-conference schedule, or some wins in the non-conference, I should say. The strength of those, I think, is a little suspect at some times. But overall, we're not buying West Virginia. They're also a team that continues to mess with their rotations, like Eric Stevenson down in the mid-20s of minutes. No consistency whatsoever with this team. We'll back the far healthier team in Texas Tech, seeing plus 6.5s out there. Completely fine with that number. Second one, we hit this early. Notre Dame versus Virginia got plus 14.5. And Notre Dame's quickly taking money. They're going to continue taking money. I would try to lock this in as soon as possible. This is one that's probably going to take a lot of money throughout the day. And there's a couple reasons why. First off, it's just a pace thing. And we saw it actually earlier this week when Louisville played Virginia. Now, I did not expect Louisville to nearly win that game. That was a strong cover for us, but the thesis remains. When we have these really slow-paced teams, Notre Dame fits the bill too. They're running 66.7 possessions per game, which is well below the league average of about 70 and a half. Now, teams laying double digits in those sort of game environments, you're just adding in a lot of volatility, and it's hard to cover those massive spreads regardless. Not to mention Notre Dame is a team that can score. They're in the top 50 in three-point percentage. And Virginia is not exactly great at defending those. You see the defensive efficiency number for Virginia, 35th overall. That's awesome. But it's skewed heavily towards interior defense, where they rank inside the top 30, and then they're outside the top 200 in three-point defense. It's kind of a match made in heaven for Notre Dame to cover this spread. and I expect it to continue taking money through the day. So we'll back Notre Dame against Virginia. And to close this out, our third game, we are going to remain in the ACC, where we have Wake Forest taking on Miami. Wake Forest is +7. That is more than enough for me to take. This should be an awesome game. Now, in this spot, Wake Forest and Miami are both awesome on offense. Neither team is phenomenal on defense. Wake Forest in particular struggles, but these teams have drastically different complexions. Miami essentially plays 4 guards at all times. They're really efficient inside, actually, for the kind of play they use. They're actually really good at spacing, pretty good shooting threes. They rank 55th in the country in three-point percentage. But Wake Forest just a little better three-point percentage. They're 53rd there. Wake Forest is awesome inside as well. And this team has a pretty drastic height advantage, even if they don't always use it. So you look at this team, Wake Forest is 4th in the country in effective height. That's just the amount of minutes coming from their taller players. Miami is 276th, which makes sense considering their 4-guard lineup. And Miami has advantages too. But all this comes down to Wake Forest is a team we're buying low on. And they do have stylistic advantages over Miami given their size, which hopefully they use to their advantage and they can cover this +7 point spread here. But that'll do it for us today. Short video, as we have a lot to cover. We'll be in the Discord all day talking bets. So check that out if you would like. And let me know in the comment section what you think of these 3 plays. There's a million games today, so if there's any others you have your eye on, let me know. And if you'd like to reach out on Twitter, I'm at Matt_Kajeski, always willing to chop up some sports and some college basketball. We'll be back on Monday with more bets. Until then, good luck, everybody. We will see you later.